What's up guys, my name is Brandon and welcome back to the 49th Jailbreak Update episode, and once again we have some super exciting news to talk about. So in episode 48 we talked about the potential for an iOS 11.2 jailbreak, we talked about the Electra jailbreak, and we also talked about the status of Sork. Now in this episode we're going to be talking more about the iOS 11.2 jailbreak, some new developments that have come that may lead to an 11.2 jailbreak, Cydia coming to Electra, Apple killing off multiple versions of iOS, and more. Alright, so let's not waste any time, let's go ahead and get right into it. So Zimperium, which is the security company we've talked about on the channel here in the past, is planning on releasing 2 exploits publicly that will work on iOS 11.2 through 11.2.2. You can see here on their website that they do briefly outline their findings, saying, quote, "We found 2 crucial vulnerabilities in the Bluetooth D daemon on iOS, WebOS, and tvOS as part of core Bluetooth. The first vulnerability is memory corruption in Bluetooth D, and the other is execution of arbitrary code on different crucial daemons." And they go on to say, quote, "More details regarding the research process and the results will be published in the near future in a more detailed and technical write-up, along with the full exploit source code." So yes, they're going to be releasing the full source code for all of us to see and play around with, which is awesome. This means that security researchers and developers are going to be able to take this code and basically just chain it with other exploits and basically just modify it to their liking. And again, this could potentially lead to a jailbreak if it does get chained with other exploits. And I'll talk about that here in a minute. So like I said, this is awesome and this is great news, but neither one of these exploits are kernel exploits, so neither one of these are going to lead to a jailbreak by themselves. So don't expect a full jailbreak when these 2 exploits do get publicly released. Again, they're probably going to need to be chained with other exploits to achieve a full jailbreak to get something like Electra running on it. But regardless, this is still great news for those of you who missed out on the iOS 11.1.2 jailbreak. And just to be clear, I'm talking about the exploits from Zimperium, not the bug from 11.2 that's going to be released by Russ Cox of Google's Project Zero. Last week, a lot of people were talking about an exploit being released by Russ Cox, but that was just not true. He's releasing a bug, which is different from an exploit, and that's most likely not going to lead to anything. He even said himself multiple times that it's not very interesting. And you can see in this tweet here, he very clearly says that he doesn't even have an exploit. And I even tweeted out that day that an exploit is not going to be released for iOS 11.2, and I was referring to this rumor right here from Google's Project Zero. So if you're not following me on Twitter, definitely follow me over there. I'm definitely a lot more consistent with updates, daily updates as well for jailbreaking. So make sure you follow me on Twitter. That link is down in the description below. Now, with all that being said, Apple did just recently stop signing iOS 11.2, 11.2.1, and 11.2.2. So if you are not on one of those firmwares right now, unfortunately, you're not going to be able to downgrade to one of those versions since it isn't being signed anymore. So obviously 11.2.5, if you're on 11.2.5, stay there, but unfortunately you're going to be out of luck if a jailbreak does come from these exploits that are going to be publicly released by Zimperium. And as I always say, it's usually best to stay on the lowest version possible. So if you were on 11.2 or 11.2.2, it really would make no sense to update to 11.2.5 when it came out if you were interested in jailbreaking at all. Which again, I do mention in all my videos that you shouldn't be updating if you are interested in jailbreaking. So hopefully if you missed out on the iOS 11.1.2 jailbreak, hopefully you're on iOS 11.2 through 11.2.2 right now. And hopefully you did save your blobs as well, because you just never know when you'll need those. Now let's talk about Electra and what's coming next. So as you guys know, Electra is Coolstar's jailbreak toolkit for iOS 11 through 11.1.2, and I showed you how to install it earlier on the channel. It's definitely the preferred jailbreak right now in my opinion, just because you can install tweaks and themes. Well, as you can see here, it's currently in its 10th beta, and for the 11th beta, Coolstar is going to be bundling a modified version of Cydia with it. That's right. So you can see here he tweeted out, "Expect a modified version of Cydia to come to Electra very soon. Beta 10's new command line tools include all but 3 of Cydia's dependencies." Now I expect this to be in the 11th beta since he is very close to having this completed, this modified version of Cydia completed. So definitely be on the lookout for that. I might be making a video on it when it does get released, but I will definitely be tweeting about it on Twitter. So definitely go ahead and follow me over Twitter once again if you're not already. That link is down below to be notified when he does release this. And I also have some other details about it as well, because I myself am interested in what this modified version actually brings us and how it's different from just normal Cydia. Now as far as the status of Sork, still nothing has changed since the last jailbreak update video. We're still waiting on him, and I'm really waiting on him to say something about Coolstar when he does release this modified version of Cydia. I'm sure Sork's going to have something to say about that. But as far as Sork updating Cydia for iOS 11 and also mobile substrate, we still have not had that come out yet. He still has not released anything on that, and we're kind of just still left in the dark. He's working privately on that, but I would expect it to be out pretty soon, especially when Coolstar releases this modified version of Cydia. I have a feeling that's going to make him, kickstart into a higher gear. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to get this news out to you guys about the iOS 11.2 through 11.2.2 jailbreak and, the potential of that coming. And I also wanted to let you guys know about Cydia coming to the current Electra jailbreak. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to hit that thumbs up button. Also make sure to subscribe so you don't miss big episode 50, which should be here probably next week, depending on, what comes out, what happens in the jailbreak community. So definitely make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell clicked so you don't miss any videos. And as always, if you have any questions at all, leave them down in the comment section below and I will get back to you as soon as possible. But anyways, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you soon.